Hey friends, this is Daniel, and it's a quick video to discuss the guests we have on the Creative Asylum for the month of August 2026. I managed this time to do 2 months in a row, so free donut for me. I guess when I'm done with this video, I'll go get a donut. So let's just kick in. We're going to start off the month on August 4th with a very interesting writer from London. His name is Daniel Rachel, and he's done a few books, well known for Too Much, Too Young, the two-tone record story about the history and development of both the label and the movement of the ska revival movement in the late 70s and into the 80s with bands like The Specials and Madness and The Selector. But his more recent book is called This Ain't Rock and Roll, Pop Music, the Swastika, and the Third Reich. And it kind of goes deep into the use of Third Reich images in terms of the swastika, uniforms, general imagery, and messaging that has been used popularly in rock and roll going all the way back into the 60s with bands like the Stones and Bowie and many more, and brings us all the way up to the current day. Um, I think it's a very academic book. He didn't seem to like that when I mentioned it to him, but for me, it was a compliment because I think this is the kind of book that could and perhaps should be used in the classroom environment. We cover a lot of ground. It's probably one of the more serious conversations to date in the Creative Asylum, but it's a book and a subject that I think warrants serious conversation. We're going to follow that up on August 11th with somebody that I think many of you already know, a very old friend of mine, the photographer Charles Peterson, largely synonymous with the whole Seattle world of grunge. Many of his early photos of bands like Nirvana, Green River, Soundgarden are probably the most celebrated, especially of all those early days when the Seattle scene was just beginning to explode, was burgeoning. As far as I'm concerned, Charles is kind of synonymous with many of the bands that are also associated with that whole scene. And also, especially when you look at the early days, is very synonymous with Sub Pop, the label, because he was kind of the de facto in-house photographer at the time. His work is very visually recognizable. He is celebrated and for good reason. So we talk a lot about those early days, and we talk a lot about his technique and approach as a photographer, his craft as an artist. After Charles Peterson, August 18th, we have an interesting guest, a young woman named Sharon Renold. She is a Swiss-born bass player whose parents met at Berklee College of Music, where she ended up going and graduating, specifically in bass. So this will become part of the tradition we have in the Creative Asylum of interviewing bass players. She is obviously schooled, having gone to the Berklee College of Music. She's a founding member, actually, of the Berklee Indian Ensemble, which is a group that has been nominated for a Grammy, and she's still in her 20s. Also, if you've ever spent time on the channel Scott's Bass Lessons on YouTube, you've seen Sharon. She's a regular guest. She's also behind the scenes as one of the media producers as well. That's kind of her main gig. But she's a remarkable bass player, a very gifted musician, and she's just a really fun person to have a conversation with. So I hope, even though this may be out of your general wheelhouse, I hope you check in and check this one out because she's kind of a delight. We're going to close out August on the 25th with a Minnesota-based artist whose work I absolutely adore, an artist who I own a piece by, somebody named Alex Kuno. I guess you could probably fit him loosely in that category of art called pop surrealism. I kind of hate putting people in boxes like that, but that's kind of how he's known. His work is very beautiful. It's very intricate. He integrates a lot of botanical elements, sometimes very medieval elements, and a lot of his work is also very unsettling in ways that personally I enjoy. So I love art that is beautiful and unsettling at the same time. He has a series that he's done or is doing, I'm not sure which, for the band Tool, similar to a previous guest we had here, Chetzar. Uh, anyway, we'll have a conversation with him about his art, and that's an episode that's going to be really worth watching on YouTube as opposed to listening on other platforms, just because I'll make sure that a lot of his visual work is integrated into the episode. So it's up to you, of course, but whenever we have an artist on as a guest, I recommend you watch absolutely because you get to see a lot of their work. So that's it. August 4th, Daniel Rachel. August 11th, Charles Peterson. August 18th, Sharon Renold. And August 25th, Alex Kuno. Appreciate you following Creative Asylum. And if you haven't already, a favor, please, that you subscribe. We're hoping to get to 2,000 subscribers by the time we hit our 1 year mark, which is going to be the end of September. And we're getting awfully close. So with your help, do us a favor, please subscribe. See you in August.